It's Saturday as I peer out into the window, or out the window. It's wet, it's sloppy, the weather's inclement. Um, really not in the mood to go out driving, which is okay. We get to spend some time together, just you and I. Um, we're on eBay. We're going to do a little shopping. And we're going to talk about, three of the things that I do and look for. Three of the things that I look for. Um, and they're not like individual things. They're kind of like the categories within the coin section of eBay. I'm going to show you just how I go about business, about finding some really good deals and steals, because they're out there. As we talked about in a myriad of different like market reports, there have been quite a few pieces that have fallen through the cracks. You just have to strategically place yourself there at a certain time where you could strike while the iron's hot. We're going to talk about a few best practices, and this is nothing that you have to camp on eBay 24/7. I mean, unless you really want to, then you're going to end up running away with a lot of things. And when I mean a lot of things, I mean a lot of things. It doesn't matter if you're collecting coins, if you're collecting comic books or sports cards, you can implement this all across the board. The spectrum is long and wide. So, welcome. Now, I'm going to show you kind of like my top three things I like to look for. There might be some things that you, ladies and gentlemen, might want to drill down and be on the lookout for. You got to think about it as far as like two different ways, either as a collector or an investor, or as a business owner. You're looking to buy stuff on the platform so that way you can resell. And what reselling looks like is completely up in the eye of the beholder, right? Some people buy on eBay so that way they could go to the flea market tomorrow and sell that same item for double the price, And that's kind of like the realistic expectation is that there is going to be a fair amount of things that are generally underpriced on eBay, that you can take advantage of, because pricing is mapped out all over the place. There's as much as we want to say that there's consistency in the overall market, there really isn't. And it's going to be up to you as the collector, the consumer, to to really take advantage of this opportunity, because there's many areas of opportunity within the platform that just can't be ignored. All right, so the first thing what we're going to do, we have a couple things we want to achieve this weekend. We want to look for more inventory to either resell on eBay or to sell on Whatnot. All right, so this is the main splash page of eBay. We're gonna go to collectibles and then coins and paper money, because that's our content. And here it is. Here's the main page of coins and paper money. So what I like to look for is errors. So I'll type in error, click it, and then over here on the left, just to confirm that we are searching for errors within coins and paper money, I'm going to go ahead and click that again, and you're going to see that this results number that was at one point over 700,000 possibilities is now down to just a small paltry amount of 180,000 plus. So we are sitting here just past 10:30 a.m. on a Saturday, and I want to take advantage of some deals, but I'm either way too impatient or I just don't have time. It's one or the other. So the way it's set up now, it's going to give you a search result based off of best match, and then best match is going to be simply typing in error to coins as they give you the best ones front and forward. You can manipulate this so that way it benefits you, and there's two ways to do it. So I'll click this where it says best match. You'll have a drop down. I'll do newly listed. So what I'll do is, because on the front page, I'll have 100 or so listings before I have to hit the next page. These are all the fresh new posts that people have put on. What I'm looking for specifically, and again, you're really catching people kind of off guard here, is to find something that's priced way under what the market is, but they have it as a buy it now listing. All right. So some of these right out of the gate, they have a minimum floor, $50, but you can see it doesn't say buy now or best offer. It's just showing up as is because it's set up as a regular auction format. So that coin right there could very well sell for more than $50. Toward the waning last like 10 minutes of the auction. People will put in bids. It could sell for $100. It could sell for $70. But that's kind of like their comfortable floor that they'd be willing to give this coin up for. So here's the first one here. This Bolivia 50 pesos note. Not really for me. Usually, and this is a good rule of thumb for a lot of folks out there, especially the new folks, if you can't understand it or you don't know a lot about it, stay away from it. And then you can always go back and put in your time for research and education and kind of identifying the market, the pricing structure of these notes at various grade levels. And that'll give you more of an idea of what we have here. What's cool about this particular note, for only just over $51, $52 shipped, is that it's an error note. It's got mismatched serial numbers, and it's on a new note. Check that out: 127968, 127969. That's pretty bomb right there. Because when we look at this particular error on U.S. paper money, they're very expensive. They're like anywhere from $250 to sky's the limit. Sky's the limit being that you find this nice, rare, large size, older note from the late 1800s with mismatched serial numbers, and then, those are worth a lot more, but on like silver certificates and things like that, they're like $250 to $500 pretty easily. Yet we have this actually very attractive Central America note, and anything from South America into Mexico, they're actually quite hot. Even the demonetized stuff that used to be used from like the 70s, 80s, and 90s are starting to get a little bit more attention paid to it. This is a pretty cool one because it's got probably one of the most desirable error types in paper money, mismatched serial numbers, and that's what we have here. And in my humble opinion, I firmly believe that the price is like way too cheap on this note. This is a note that probably would command at the very least $100 or higher. So this note represents a great opportunity to just go ahead and snipe it and buy it right away. Which I'm sure a lot of people would do if they understood or knew about Bolivia banknotes. This one right here, pretty neat. Nice wedding transfer. That's one that, it's probably got 6 days left, 7 days left. It's a brand new listing. So, that'd be one to keep an eye on. And then, you could heart all the ones that you do like that you want to keep an eye on. And maybe, toward the end when the auction's almost done, you can swoop in and buy it up, and maybe people are going to be, asleep at the wheel. They won't know how cheap they are. And then, you could buy it for like half the market value or, 25% off or, whatever the case may be. So generally I'll go in under errors and I'll, look at all the new listings. I'll look at all the buy it now stuff. And a lot of the stuff I've seen, a lot of the stuff has been, debunked as being an error, like the In COD We Trust. My goodness, if I have to hear more about that, I'll just go absolutely ballistic. Just go on down the line, see what exists. There's some interesting stuff here. You got to make sure that the paper money errors are legit because, those are faked on a few occasions. There's some pretty interesting stuff here. Huge, what looks to be a kind of like a die cap strike through on a coin that is slightly off center there on a Jefferson nickel, $285. You have to understand that, people do realize what the market is. And they'll throw it up there. Don't just buy everything that looks interesting. You got to make sure that what you're buying, you're going to be able to make money off of it. So, but there's some pretty gnarly things here so far. Is there anything that me personally I would pull the trigger on? I did see a couple. I would probably keep going and just seeing where we're at here. Look at lots as well. With lots, they understand that you can get a much better deal by buying a lot than you do buying singular coins. First of all, there's the shipping factor. This one right here, for example, is free delivery, so you don't have to pay anything additional to buy that lot of 4 error coins. Again, do your research. Find out if these things, have a better secondary market value, or if people are like, they're right on it. You'll catch a couple people sleeping at the wheel here, and this will be a great opportunity to come on in. You buy these, and you just make it a business to make business is what it is. So here's a miscut dollar bill. You can buy it now for $18 and then 69 cents shipping. A Whatnot, I could probably sell that for $30. I'm not gonna lie, that's actually not bad. Making $5 to $8 in profit on something like that is not too bad. That's respectable. My profit margins on Whatnot are not that high anyways. On average, it's like 10-15%. So you want to try and do the best that you can by providing more inventory to the crowds and sell at a kind of like a volumized pace, where you have more of stuff, because that's where you realize that all of the little bits of profit that you reel in from reselling, they all add up. Selling 20 items, 20 coins, when you're only profiting maybe $4 or $5 a piece, you're going to end up making $100 on that. But trying to make $100 on one singular coin is going to be kind of a tall order, a kind of an ask for that. So not seeing really anything. We've just sifted through maybe 30-40 items. It's funny that there's some slab coins in here. That is actually going to be the one of the next topics, the next things we're going to talk about here in a few minutes. But I don't know. Do you guys see something that maybe possibly that might attract you? There's a lot of pretenders out here, selling modern coins with fictitious type of errors and varieties for way too much money, and it's not even been proven, So again, I really don't see a whole lot, but typically I'll go on eBay at the beginning of every morning, and oftentimes I'll find 2 or 3 items that I'll purchase, and it's very cool. Very cool that we're able to do this and have the ability to buy inventory even on eBay. Some people think that shopping on eBay, there's really not a whole lot you can buy there because everybody's priced too high, and that's simply not the case. You're going to get a lot of people who really don't know the market that will have stuff out there, and it'll be priced way too low, and I'll have it as a buy it now. Like, I need money today, therefore I'm going to price this cheap, so that way I can get money as soon as possible. That's kind of like human psychology 101. If you need it bad enough and you need it quick enough, then you're allowing yourself to kind of like shortchange yourself a little bit selling these items. So there you go. I mean, that's what I do. I'll pick something. For you, it may not be errors. It could be Lincoln cents. Maybe you're looking to find a nice, key or semi-key date for your album, and you're looking to be as cheap as possible. That's another way of doing it. All right, so that's me looking through errors. So the next thing that I wanted to show you guys that I do each and every single day is I'll go on. So we're back at the main splash page, and maybe I'm trying to finish up sets, albums, things like that. So I had just received this Capital Plastics holder. which are San Francisco minted Morgan dollars from 1878 to 1882. There's 5 slots there. And we want to try and fill out each one of these with the nicest example that we could possibly find for the cheapest amount of money. So out of all of these, I would say the one that's the least expensive that we could target right now without going to a coin shop is either going to be the 79S or the 80S. Okay, the 80S is notorious for being a very well-struck coin long ago. A lot of them come PL. It's actually the one date where proof-like and deep mirror proof-like designations far outnumber any other date in the Morgan dollar range. So let's go ahead and try and find one of these coins. And, just kind of, again, showing you how it's done. Because obviously, the pricing is all over the place. So we're going to go ahead and type in 1880S Morgan. And be as brief and use less wording on there. You don't want to be too wordy. 1880S Morgan dollar BU, because I want every single coin to be in mint state condition at the very least. Hit enter, or I'll just go down here where it says US coins. Hit enter. And there you go. So you have to be careful. The top image here, Great American Coin Co. $108.71 buy now. This person has a whole bunch of them. They've sold 205 since they started selling it on their store. That's quite a bit. I can get it for a lot cheaper. I can tell you that I can get it for about half that price, if not a little bit less. But this is why we're doing this, right? We have 601 unique results for an 1880S Morgan dollar. I'll just kind of go on down the line. There's a couple coins here. Again, there's 2 ways that you can look for these. Now, if I'm looking for something specific and I want a buy it now listing, that's the cheapest. I will do switch this from all to buy now, first of all. And then I'll go and do where it says best match. And instead, I will do lowest price and shipping first. And then just see what's out there, So the cheapest coin that came up as a buy now is $46.55. We are awfully close here, ladies and gents. Now, this particular coin has some really crusty toning, and sometimes it could be kind of a challenge to find a coin that's mid-state with all of this crud on there. You would pretty much have to, kind of take a swing at it, obtain the coin, dip it, so you can get rid of all that old, unsightly brown and black tarnish, and then kind of go from there. And then that's where we're going to really reveal the true nature of the coin. Is it really mid-state or BU? This person said it's AU, BU details, cleaned. We don't want clean coins. So this one probably is not the best candidate for our set right here. So we'll close that one out. We'll continue on down the line. Circulated. They said BU. It's far from that. Here's one for $50. 1880S Morgan Silver Dollar BU. There you go. Kind of hard to tell. It's got a little kind of like staining on the back. See if we could blow this up a little bit more. It's kind of hard. It's not the easiest. The pictures are so flat that it's hard to tell if it has luster. It's got quite a bit of chatter and contact marks all throughout the coin. I'm going to say that this one's probably skirting the line between AU and BU. It's close. Is it exactly the look that I want for this? Probably not. So we're going to continue on. So let's see. Continuing on down the line. This one looks pretty nice. For a total of $59.08, because that's with shipping. That's the coin there. I don't quite like the photos. There's just something about the photos that really turned me off. First of all, it's black and white. Number 2, the granularity of the thing is really pushing me away on this one. Can't tell if it's got contact marks. It looks incredibly unnatural to the point where I'm going to say it looks almost fake. So this one, because of some uncertainties, I'm going to pass. So we'll just continue on down the line. That one looks to be AU circulated. This one, I don't like the look of it. It seems like I'm kind of like splitting hairs here on some of these. But we want like a mid-state 62, 63 caliber coin. This one actually looks decent from Sunbelt Coin. $65. My dreams of finding one of these for $50 might be going by the wayside. This one is a borderline kind of like mid-state 60. It's got a lot of chatter. It's far from the perfect coin, obviously. But it's the best one that we've seen thus far. All right, so that's a candidate there. Do I want to pay $65 for that? That seems a little bit high. If so long as I know I'm not getting like a mid-state 63 grade for $65, I'll probably end up continuing on down the line here. I really am not digging the selection here. This one right here has some crusty toning to it. But I'm not really going for the toning play on this holder. All the coins are going to be blast white. Let's see, not liking it. M-Bar coins. BU on hand-selected 1880s Morgan Silver Dollar bulk from one roll. $70. I know M-Bar. M-Bar has some great inventory. I feel pretty confident and pretty good about this one. He has sold 900 of them. 900. So you know he is in pretty good shape here. 99.9% positive feedback. Over 623,000 coins sold. I'm really digging this one. For $70, and guess what? There's a best offer on there. So I'm willing to bet that if I put in an offer for $60 with free shipping, he would probably actually take it, which is cool. So between the 5 coins here, as I go through and put this together, the 1878S is going to be the toughest date out of all of them. The other 4 are very attainable for between $60 and $80. All right, so this is going to be a really nice presentation that I can either resell or just hold on to. It's pretty. This is one that I'd be confident in giving to my kids one day. That's another thing that we do on eBay. I do that every day because I have like Lincoln Cent albums. I have various albums that I'm, kind of like finding specific coins. I'm kind of adding them into the mix and then going from there. All right. So the last thing that we are looking at, again, this is, we're kind of like focusing on buying inventory. And one of the things I'm looking for is kind of like cheap slabs, cheap PCGS NGC slabs. So like we did before, we're going to go into collectibles, coins and paper money. And you can actually start here, or what I like to do, so that way I don't get like world coins and things like that. I'll go into US coins. I'll type in PCGS, like so. We're going to look at all of the listings here. PCGS under US coins. In this particular case, we're kind of doing it in reverse. We are actually going to look at the coins that are ending soonest, which means they are in a auction setting. So might as well change it to auction. And these are going to be all of the listings that people have bid up to that amount. Like here's an 1808 cap bust $50 that's bid up to $310.88 with 22 bids, as you can see there, with 1 minute remaining. But just go on down the line. Kind of check things out here, the cool part is that, you're going to find quite a few coins with no bids. But you have to have your head on a swivel in determining which coins are worthy of purchase. Again, we're focusing on underpriced coins. And, the morning time is okay, up to about 10 a.m. It doesn't matter where you're at. The best time to look for coins that are ending within minutes is going to be like beyond 11 p.m. at night. So if you're kind of a night owl, this one might actually work out in your favor a lot more. The more people that head to bed, and guess what, guys? The median age of a coin collector is like 55. So a lot of those folks, they're heading to bed at 7 p.m. after their sponge bath. But yeah, I mean, you're going to be cutting out a whole group of people, and you're gonna have basically eBay to yourself, along with a few other diehards who understand that, taking the opportunity while you can and buying coins at 11 p.m. at midnight, might actually work out pretty well. I tend to stay away from the modern stuff because there's a lot of it out there. Why buy all of the modern stuff? Because there's nothing really special to it. I like classic. Pre-33 gold. If you have the bankroll for that. Mint errors like this misaligned reverse die. I think that's really cool. Mid-state 64 for $62. Misaligned dies on state quarters. Don't know if you guys know. Pretty rare. Not a lot of them out there. But yeah, just go on down the line. Pick and choose a couple coins. There's our 1880s, by the way, in mid-state 66. A little bit too rich for the holder, and I don't want to have to crack out a good old original green holder. Prefer to keep that in the OGH plastic if I could. Morgan dollars, a lot of the common dates up to mid-state 64 are they grow on trees. There's just a lot of them. But yeah, I mean, this is what I do. I go through here and, I identify a few of these pieces, wait to see if there's anything that I could, jump on. There's a few cool pieces in here. Is there anything that I absolutely need at this moment? No, not at all. I'm probably going to be shopping for more of these. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. If you guys are waiting around for the next US Mint product or the next Vault Box, which comes out on the 5th, or if you're waiting on the 2025 coinage to drop nearest you, you can do some of these things. So yeah, I just kind of poured out all my secrets. Shh, don't tell anybody. And have fun. This is one way that you can do that. And you guys will find out some of the things that you guys look for on this platform. Again, if you're eBay is the ultimate coin show at your fingertips. You could access it at any time of the day, and you don't have to get in your car and waste gas to go to your local coin club show when you know damn well that it's not all that in a bag of chips. So that's it. That's what I want to talk about for today. Have fun with it. Those are a couple of things that I do, best practices using eBay to your advantage. I'm your host, Sean, with Blue Ridge Silverhound. Don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe button. And with that, keep on collecting, my friends. I will see you next time, and keep on hunting. Take care.